There's a need to fear. The Underhills are here.
Broadcasting live and around the world. From Cabana One, the only podcast that's all ball bearings. Your ultimate source for everything Fletch.
Moon River. Whew. Thank you, Doc. You ever serve time?
Laker Jim and his beat reporters will stop at nothing to make sure Fletch lives forever. They don't shower much. This is FletchCast.
Welcome, Fletch fans, to day 7 of 7 Days of Underhill. I honestly did not think we were going to make it this far. I'm your host, Laker Jim, along with me, as always, Jake and Big Bob. Boys, we made it. Damn it, we made it.
Who would have thought a couple of Malakas like us could make it to day 7?
I know. I mean, we are really digging deep. I mean, we are at the bottom of the barrel, I think, right now.
This is taking a lot out of me.
Well, day 7 is supposed to be a day of rest. Not till we're done with a very important job today.
Just a minute. I'm not finished yet.
And what goes along good with a day of rest, but a big meal, maybe some lobster thermidor and you know, Dom Perignon. Jesus H. Christ. I mean, sounds good to me.
So that's the focus of day 7. We take the biggest thorn out of Underhill's side and we're going to break down the bill that just sets him off. So there's something that just doesn't make sense, and it never really made sense, and I never really took the time to add everything up. Okay? When Underhill finally gets the bill, he yells,
$400 for lunch.
Now, you think, oh, that's huge money in 1985, right? A $400 lunch.
That's easily a grand lunch now.
Right. But when you really add things up, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So let's remind everybody what he ordered.
Okay.
Let's itemize this and see if we do the math properly.
Charge it to the Underhill, senor.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody has somebody in their friend group that breaks down the bill when everybody goes out. Am I right? Jake, you seem like the guy that breaks down the bill for your, you right?
Yeah. Ask my wife. Yeah, I am.
I'm the guy that just puts down the card. I pay whatever. I probably rip it off every other time.
Wait a minute. Is that a subtle way of calling me T?
You're a bear for detail. That's
Okay. I'll let it pass.
When Fletch starts to order before he goes to see Gabe for the last time.
Okay.
Buenos dias, senor.
He what does he ask for? He asks for
Well, the first thing is if they have any caviar.
caviar.
Right? Yes, beluga, sir, but it is what, $40 a portion?
$80 a portion.
Do you have any caviar?
Si, senor. Beluga, but it is $80 a portion.
Well, then I better just take 2 portions of that.
So $80, it's $8 times 2. Okay, got it down.
Okay. So that's 160.
Carry the one over, and yes, that's correct. 160.
So then he asks for lobster thermidor.
How's the lobster thermidor?
I recommend it, senor.
Good, that'll be fine.
So we don't get a price on the lobster thermidor, but he orders 2 of those.
That's right.
Something to note about that, too. You have to also think, when you order food from a country club or somewhere private like that, you have to add money because they're going to charge you so much more. You know, while you could buy like, you know, a can of soda somewhere for like, you know, $1.50, $2, whatever, a bottle of soda for like $2 normally. It's like $8 in Disney. So you got to assume they're going to gouge you as well. So whatever the price is, let's add another couple bucks on there, 10, 20 bucks.
Kind of like a luxury tax.
Yeah. The atmosphere.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. Jake, do you know how much it would cost for a lobster thermidor in the 80s?
Well, I mean, right now today, it looks like it's average around $50 a portion.
Okay.
$50 to order lobster. That makes sense. So let's call it $20 a portion in 1985.
I'd go higher. I'd go higher, actually.
Let's split it. Let's go 25.
So I would say it's going to be more. I think like $30 would be a more than fair thing to say for a lobster
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
thermidor. By the way, what is lobster thermidor? Does anybody know?
Funny you should ask. I have it right here. It is a French dish of lobster meat cooked in a rich wine sauce, stuffed back into a lobster shell and browned. The sauce is often a mixture of egg yolks and brandy, served with a oven-browned cheese crust.
Sounds delicious.
No wonder you recommend it. Yeah.
We'll say, $60 for the 2 portions. Does he get 2 portions of the lobster thermidor, or is it just
Yeah, that's 2 dishes, I would say. So,
not to mention when we see the cart wheeled into Gail's cabana, there are the 2 plates with the lobster tails on.
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Okay, so we have 2 portions of that.
There are definitely 2 mouths in that cabana to feed. So, okay. So $60. So now we're up to what? You said it was about 160 plus another 60. So we're at 220. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
220, 221, whatever it takes.
So, and then at that point, and then he orders
Dom Perignon, right?
Dom Perignon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fine. Bring 2 bottles of Dom Perignon to Cabana 1.
Very good, senor.
And we actually find out the price from Underhill later on.
Right.
Okay.
And how many did he order? I can't remember.
2 bottles of Dom Perignon, $100 a pop. Jesus H. Christ, where is he?
2. So right now we're sitting at $420.
Okay. $420, but also something to consider.
And tips.
Oh, the tips.
Now he gives that waiter
And put down $30 for yourself, huh?
Muchas gracias, senor.
That's the nicest place.
$30.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we got $30 there. So we're already at $420 plus 30 is
Now,
And then the 2 guys that came in to deliver it, he tipped too.
When did I set up? Oh, thank you. I'll take care of it. Give each other $20, okay? Put it on Underhill.
Ah, muchas gracias.
Sierra del Fuego.
He gives them $20 each.
So that's another 40. We're at 490 right now.
Yes.
All right. And keep in mind, too, those miscellaneous fees, whatever.
Tax and things like that. Yeah.
We're probably up to like $540, $550, right? By now?
You want to put $50 on for tax?
Maybe that's too high. Oh, well, you know what? So let's add another $20 for miscellaneous plus tax. How about that?
Okay. Sure. Okay. Well, $20. So.
All right, that sounds crazy.
What's the total?
We're up to
Yeah.
510 right now.
Let's not forget that the Underhills ate lunch that day, too.
Oh,
That's true. Yeah. I never even thought about that.
yeah.
So whatever they ordered is should also be on their bill, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they each have a glass of wine. She has red wine. He has white wine.
Mrs. Underhill had a big salad because it looks like there's almost a whole head of lettuce in her plate. Whatever Ted had must have been good because when the scene starts, he's telling the missus how stuffed he is. And number 2, he's very happy to pay that bill. Take a listen to this and let me know if you agree.
I'm full. Good bill, senor? Oh, thank you.
Right from a sip of wine, he's like, I'm full.
I'm full.
A sandwich or something.
Maybe $30 at least.
At least.
$30, $40 for lunch.
Yeah. Well, we know Underhill's not going to tip, though, so.
Right there is $550. So yeah, that bill is way off. He's gonna be really pissed when he realizes it's wrong.
Hey, hats off to the waiter, by the way. Not only remembers a guest of the club, but remembers a guest that he only met once and who he's a guest of.
I think that waiter is like the captain, if I had to guess. You know how you tip the captain?
So obviously the classic first order of
Bloody Mary and a steak sandwich and a steak sandwich, please.
Very good, senor.
didn't come back to hurt him.
I would assume he's like the captain of all the waiters, kind of the guy in charge.
Yeah, you're probably. Oh, we just lost Jake.
Oh, we lost Jake? Probably the humidity.
I'm leaving that in. That's a great line.
Thanks. He'll get back on.
All right, Jake's back.
How about now?
Yep, there he is.
We got you.
It's a storm.
Yeah. I don't know. All of a sudden, it just crashed. It was weird. Okay.
So, all right. So at this point, we're roughly around 550. Underhill now. He couldn't be more furious about the situation. What else?
And not only is he furious, but Mrs. Underhill has a very rare line. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it. She says, "This is criminal."
Oh, I never heard that.
I don't remember that.
Yes. Well, you're so focused on him being upset. She takes the bill, actually.
Where's she? Cabana 1.
I've never heard that before. That's a great call.
Wow.
I mean, do you think the waiter got in trouble for the steak sandwich and the Bloody Mary?
No, I think that just was like Underhill wasn't going to make a big fuss because he doesn't want there to be a reputation that he doesn't tip. But I think that this situation he's gonna have somebody's ass for that.
Yeah, it's out of hand now.
Yeah.
It's definitely out of hand.
Yeah.
Even though it's gorgeous, though, according to Mrs. Stanley. This is great.
Let me ask you two a question. You brought it up before that his wife has the line about it being ridiculous or criminal. Who do you think handles the finances in the Underhill house?
Oh, I would say probably Mr. Underhill.
Think so?
I mean, yeah. The credit cards are in his name, obviously, or maybe a production assistant's name. But anyway, I mean, so I would say probably him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So a $550 bill in 1985 put into the inflation calculator is $1,437 today.
Yikes.
That's a big hit.
Oh my God. No wonder he's banging on the door.
Yeah.
Mrs. Stanwyck!
Just to show how much of a rich woman Gail is, she pays that with not even like a bat of an eye.
Yeah, she just grabs it and goes.
Sorry. Thanks. Bye.
He was very nice at first. Someone of your acquaintance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disturb you. It's Ted Underhill here. Someone of your acquaintance has charged a $400 lunch to my account.
John, you don't know the Underhills?
I'd appreciate the opportunity of discussing this matter with you.
Charged a $400 lunch to my bed.
And this brings up a good point. Ted really isn't a bad guy. I mean, could you imagine if you're expecting to pay $30 for lunch, somebody gives you a $1,400 bill?
That's what I mean. It's outrageous, isn't it? It's way over the line.
And can I ask, how's it? I mean, you could easily probably, with half a brain, tell the difference between Fletch and Mrs. Stanwyck, because it's like, I just have to wee-wee. I mean, there was a big difference.
Oh, imitating
the
her,
voices there.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay.
I'm just out of the shower.
Can you wait a minute?
I just have to wee-wee.
Oh, yes, of course.
Underhill might have some bladder issues, maybe even some prostate problems, because he goes from irate to extremely sympathetic.
He went out for his urinalysis.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's all right. They'll be back. He went out for his urinalysis.
He went out for his urinalysis. So there's definitely something going on downstairs with Ted.
Yeah.
Right. He probably has maybe some incontinence issues or something. I don't know.
That doesn't go good with a white tennis.
Right. Or playing tennis at all. My goodness gracious, all the jostling.
He definitely wears a diaper then.
Poor guy. Those tennis shorts, they reveal a lot. They don't hide anything. So,
Yeah, I would think he definitely has a diaper on under there. I mean, you know what? It's a little subtle thing too, but I love when Gail opens the door and she takes the bill and she says thanks, bye. I love how he nods at her, like he nods, like damn right, like the satisfaction he gets knowing that, like, he ain't paying this goddamn bill. Just that little nod to her, and he turns around and walks off. It's so great.
Sure, absolutely.
Which, by the way, no wonder those waiters are so, so happy to get that tip. That's like a $50 tip,
Yeah, muchas gracias. Yeah. Now I have a question for you guys. I love to, think about these things. What happened later. What do you think the car ride home was like for Underhill and his wife after that ordeal?
Silence.
Silence?
Yeah. Just slowly stewing over what had just previously occurred.
You guys think so? See, I think he was just screaming his head off about how this club is out of control and needs to find a new club. And
yeah, I was going to say, maybe he quit the club. Maybe that was the last day he was even a member there. Yeah, he was like, that's it. I'm done.
And then here's the other question, too. This has come up before on our podcast. And we're going to bring it up again. At what point do you think Fletch managed to snag his credit card?
I mean, I would say the locker room. There was that locker room reference, maybe he was back in there. There was a locker room reference in the book, but
there you go.
Who knows?
There you go. So Underhill was taking a shower. He snuck in and swiped it out of his wallet.
I could also see Fletch posing as a waiter and taking Underhill's bill with the credit card and just stealing the credit card.
Yeah. And then just taking off.
That's not a bad
point.
He does pose as a waiter when he's in the
when he's being chased by the cops.
When he's being chased by the cops.
For the doorman.
I'm sorry, this is totally off subject, but I like it when he takes the person's coffee and then hands it to somebody else. More coffee. And then turns around and hands it to somebody else.
He also serves the same guy his own coffee. He takes it, turns it right back to him.
Oh my God, that is a great scene.
Yeah.
I mean, that is such a great scene. Right back to him. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Brilliant.
More coffee?
And for our listeners at home, when Fletch is making his way out of the kitchen, he starts yelling things in Spanish, and it could just be gibberish. But, but honestly, if anybody does know what he says in Spanish, give us a call on our hotline and let us know what he does say. Translate that for us.
It sounds like gibberish to me.
You never know, though. He might have gotten away
know
with a gem that we never noticed. Like Pup and Taco.
Now, before we close the door on 7 Days of Underhill,
do we have to?
We do.
I don't know what else we could do with it. I think we've mined it all.
We're gonna close the door about as fast as Gail closes the door on him.
Right. Exactly. We're going to grab the bill and go.
Well, I hope the Racket Club has some kind of a back to tank, because I need to lay down in it for about a month and just recover from the week.
Yes.
This week really has been everything. It's been amazing. It's been challenging. It's been filled with laughter, tears, vomiting, diarrhea.
It has.
More laughter, more tears.
Right.
Anger.
Just a range of emotions,
It's really, from top to bottom, has reached every level of the human emotion and every level of bodily function.
But it was worth it, and we're the ones who did it. No one else out there is doing it. We're doing it,
Many have tried. All have failed. But together, we did it.
If you spent an hour with Ted Underhill...
Oh, God, Bob, no.
I imagine he has road rage like I can't believe.
Okay, go on.
I imagine
probably.
He probably, every single place he enters, he probably complain about, his favorite, foot spray isn't in the market, and he's pissed off about that. And
if somebody cuts Underhill off on the road, what's the gesture? What do you think the other car's getting?
Well, probably just like a shaking fist. I don't know if it would be.
Maybe a schmohawk.
I wasn't sure if I could see him doing the arm bar, the whole.
Oh yeah, like maybe the under the chin thing.
Oh yeah, I could see
that. That seems to be the. I think middle finger is too much, and I think that. What do you think?
He's much more subtle.
Yeah,
he wants to get out and have a fist fight.
Yeah, absolutely. His wife has to drag him back into the car every time.
Settle this the old-fashioned way.
He probably fights like the old 1920s way, with like a fist out like that.
100%. There's no doubt about that.
Fists up the whole time.
Trading body blows until one man goes down. And one man's victorious on the side of the road.
That's so funny.
Good Lord, how did we get off on this tangent?
Hey, now we're done, right?
We're officially done.
So now we're done, I think. Okay, we got it all out.
We could keep going, but
I'll keep going all day with this.
We could put it in a million scenarios. What would Ted Underhill be as like an astronaut? He'd probably drink all the Tang and then
what's this monkey doing in here?
Yeah, exactly.
I the only thing I want to know in the lore of Underhill is, how badly do you think he cheats at tennis?
No more. We can go on forever. On that note, we are definitely saying goodbye to 7 Days of Underhill. It's been a great 7 days. We've had a lot of fun. We hope you have too. For Jake and Bob, I'm Laker Jim. Be kind to your waiters, please. And we'll see you next week with a brand new episode. We're recasting Fletch in 1985 and today. See ya.
Lobster thermidors all around.
Now I'm finished.
Whatever you say, Mr. Underhill.